On a Friday in early May each year, cars and boats begin to roll into the campground at Eungella Dam, high in the mountains behind Mackay. They're coming to compete in the World Sooty Championships, and competitors waste little time in launching their boats and setting up their comfortable camps along the shoreline. Built in 1969 to supply water to nearby mines and power stations, Eungella's a spectacular body of water with plenty of fish habitat. The broad main basin features extensive weed beds, flats and food-rich margins, as well as stands of lilies, while the upstream end leading into the Broken River is sheltered from most winds and suitable to smaller craft. However, it's the middle reaches with their abundant standing trees that'll attract the most attention from competing anglers. Here they'll fish their lures vertically and horizontally through the timber in search of hard-hitting Sooty Grunter. Back at headquarters, it's a hive of activity as competitors register and the big scoreboard is drawn up.
Welcome to the INDT 2021 World Sooty Championship. I hope you all have a great competition. We got a good spot. We tried to turn the weather on for you. Unfortunately, we turned the wrong tap and we got a bit wet and a bit windy.
Stormy weather overnight has given way to a calmer morning. Key tags are issued and boats inspected, and what a diverse fleet it is. There's a scattering of full-blown tournament boats, but also plenty of smaller tinnies. There's room in this event for every man, woman, kid and his or her dog. Many of these folks have fished almost every one of these championships, while others are newcomers, but they're all made to feel welcome. Particularly heartening is the number of junior anglers, some fishing with an older companion, but others teaming up together. The future of our sport looks to be in great hands. Anticipation builds as the fleet mills before the start. And then they're off. They're sent out in several waves to avoid congestion and potentially dangerous wakes, but it's not a long run to the prime fishing areas. Most will pull up just around the corner beyond the first points in those dense stands of drowned timber. Here they'll use a wide range of lure fishing strategies and tackle to target the dam's abundant Sooty Grunter. And it's not long before some genuine black tanks start hitting lures, landing nets and live wells, and what stunning fish they are. To limit their time in those live wells, point-scoring sooties are regularly brought back to be presented to the waiting scorers. Here they're carefully measured and recorded before being placed in a large, well-aerated holding tank. The system works really well and results are constantly updated. During breaks between sessions, there's still plenty going on, with more fish being liberated into the dam. In this case, a bunch of quite large sooties from a hatchery down south, purchased by the Mackay Area Fish Stocking Association using funds generated by events like these championships. These grown out sooties are loaded into waiting vessels to be distributed around the dam, and at sizes like this, survival rates will be extremely high. Throughout it all, a team of willing volunteers keeps the large field of anglers well fed and watered. No one goes hungry or thirsty, and they'll need their energy as the competition continues through 3 sessions. Come lunchtime Sunday and it's all over. Time for the final tallies and much-awaited presentation.
The first thing I want to do is thank you all for coming, and I would like to thank all of our sponsors. Without them, we couldn't put this show on.
Those mad keen juniors are always well represented amongst the prize getters too, but there can only be one overall winner.
2,512 points was Nick Moore. Nick receives a $400 Tackle World voucher. He receives a very nice rod and reel, which he will no doubt bring back next year to work with, and a great little trophy there. So give Nick a real big round of applause.
And so the World Sooty Championships wrap up for another year. What a fantastic event. Now all that remains to be done is to release all of those big sooties caught during the championships, and there are plenty of willing hands to help with that job. It's great to know that they're back in there where they belong and growing bigger and meaner by the day. Tight lines.